Tech Mahindra has acquired. We have confirmed this from our sources. It isn't out on exchanges yet, but Tech Mahindra has acquired Pininfarina SPA, which is an Italian design car maker. Basically, if I take you through the details, this is a company that we've been talking about for quite some time, but through M&M, Mahindra and Mahindra has been looking at acquiring the Italian car maker for since the last 6 months, and today Tech Mahindra has made that acquisition. We haven't been able to confirm the exact deal value independently, but our sources have indicated that the deal size could be for about $50 million. Now, essentially, this is an Italian car designer. So what does this bring for Tech Mahindra? This probably brings capability in terms of the automotive and the overall, the entire automotive manufacturing space. But this seems to be, from the sense that we get from our sources, this seems to be clearly a acquisition that Tech Mahindra has made for M&M. So Mahindra and Mahindra has routed the acquisition from the subsidiary Tech Mahindra, and it will be probably used across the group companies. We'll try to get you some more details and some more analysis, but for now, remember, the Italian car designer Pininfarina has been reeling under debt pressure. So that's the reason that they were looking at selling out. They had invited bids about 6 months ago informally from various people. M&M has been negotiating with them for quite some time, but it looks like Tech Mahindra has now stepped in. To take you through some of their financial, they had a net debt of about 52.7 million euros by the end of June. So the deal value that we are picking up, again, this is only what we understand from sources, that the deal value could be $50 million paid across 1 to 2 years. That's what we are picking up from our sources. It's not official yet, but what we do understand is that it'll take place across the next about 1 to 2 years, and that will ensure that Pininfarina's promoters and the shareholders will be able to recover their debt position and pay off their debt. So the net debt stood at about 52.7 million euros by the end of the June this year. If you look at the overall trajectory that Pininfarina as a whole has, it seems to be important in terms of giving them a footing within the European space, within the Italian space. And what this means for Tech Mahindra is mainly in terms of capability. So we need to understand exactly why M&M is routing this through Tech Mahindra and exactly what this means. We'll try to get you some reactions going as well. But remember, this is probably this is the third acquisition that Tech Mahindra has made. Again, it's not official yet on the exchange, but this is the third acquisition that Tech Mahindra has made. They have a consolidated cash flow of around 3,400 crore rupees on the books, and they've been looking at expanding through several areas. Why Pininfarina makes sense in terms of the acquisition, that is very unclear, and we need to get the management to give us some details. In fact, we have Harit Shah with us to take us through the details. Harit, if you can hear me clearly, we have confirmed information that Tech Mahindra has acquired Pininfarina SA. Now, it's of course an Italian car design company. It has nothing to do with IT technically, but what we do understand for now is that this has been done for M&M, that is the group company M&M, and this will be utilized in various ways. So any kind of clarity that you have as to what this means for Tech Mahindra, why the deal is being done through Tech Mahindra in the first place?
See, so I think probably there will be some sort of synergy in terms of what the kind of services that Pininfarina provides. See, I don't personally myself have any substantial detail, but at the moment, I think overall, given the kind of environment that the global IT service industry faces, a lot of headwinds currently being faced in terms of currency headwinds also and economic headwinds. So from that, and obviously with the Fed likely to raise rates, that could be another issue in terms of, for corporates in the US. So that may possibly impact IT spending. So I think it's necessary for IT firms, therefore, to get into some new areas, non-linear areas, in order to expand their scope of services. So possibly this could be one move towards that end. I think this is what I would imagine.
Okay. In terms of, I'm sure you don't have all the details yet, and there's nothing on the exchanges as yet. But Tech Mahindra has acquired SoftGen in Jan 2015. They acquired LCC in November 2014. Harit, before we understand the synergies, and we'll have the management with us later today to give us the details. But does it make sense to make an acquisition right now? Because if this is coming from Tech Mahindra's book, even if it is for M&M at $50 million, they've made tiny acquisitions. 240 was the largest that they made since Satyam, that is Light Bridge. But they've been suffering in the last 2 quarters. They've just managed to break even, and they said that the synergies will take another 2 to 3 quarters. Does it even make sense for Tech Mahindra to make an acquisition of $50 million at this point in time? Or would you say that this is a smaller amount routed for M&M, so they'll be able to at least cushion the blow, if at all?
So see, right now it's very difficult for me to comment anything as far as M&M is concerned, and as I don't really have details again, so without that it will not be possible for me to say anything on that front. But from a size-wise perspective, often these acquisitions are not necessarily taken for size. It tends to be more with a view to expand scope of services in a specific niche area. So LCC was one such acquisition which was done to that end. So I think this is how I would typically look at any acquisition that would be done by an IT firm. So this is what I think is the case. Again, like I said, obviously we need further details before I can comment any further right now.
Okay, no problem, Harit. Again, just to remind our viewers, the announcement is yet to come on the exchanges, but this is confirmed information coming in. Quickly, Harit, are you expecting the stock to react on Monday? All right, we've lost Harit on that line, but possibly watch out for this space in the next couple of hours, and we'll help you understand exactly what sense this makes for Tech Mahindra and what could be the trajectory going forward.